Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Christina, and in today's video, I want to talk about selling a fantasy, this fantasy to our families about who we are to them. And if you're not a Christian, bear with me because some of the stuff I'm going to say is going to be a little bit more faith-based. But I'll just start by saying, and I don't plan to make this a super long video, but I made a quick short about this, and I felt like I had more to say on it. So we are not perfect. We are not perfect. Whether you refer to yourself as a homemaker, a stay-at-home mom, a housewife, whatever you want to refer to yourself, we are not perfect. And if you're a Christian, you know that we can never be perfect, that the only one who is able to attain that perfection is Jesus. And so when we go into this life and then we set these expectations, not only for ourselves, but for our families, that we're going to be perfect, or we're going to be these, I hate to even say this, but these Stepford wives, right? We're going to wake up every single day and our families are going to see us look perfect, and we're going to have these pretty dresses, and our husbands are going to wake up to our hair done, and we got all this makeup on, and our kids are always going to see us smiling and greeting them and welcome and good morning and yay. And I'm doing all this not to make fun of it, but the reality is that's not realistic and it's not sustainable, because you can't keep up with that all the time, because we are broken people just like everybody else. We are broken just like any other sinner that needs Christ. And so I am not saying that we should walk around miserable and life sucks and I'm so unhappy. You don't want to obviously show your family that, right? You don't obviously want to show your kids that all the time. And that's definitely not what I'm saying. You want your family to see you smile and be happy, and you want your husband to see that too, and you want your husband to see you look nice and all these things. But my point is, I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be perfect. We can't slip up, we can't mess up, we have to make sure dinner's on the table warm at the exact same time every single day. And if we miss that, oh my gosh, we failed. If we forgot to do some cleaning task, or we didn't get all the things checked off at night, oh my gosh, I'm a horrible stay-at-home mom. I'm the worst homemaker in the world. If we had a moment with our spouses and we didn't, I don't know, they walk in the door and we didn't greet them with a smile, oh, I got to get together. I'm just the worst wife on the planet. Or, we have a day where we're just really exhausted and we aren't able to be everything for our kids. We're the worst mom in the world. Like, we've got to, everybody in life and every career or whatever it is you're trying to do and accomplish, you're always wanting to put in your best, your 100% every single day. You're putting that foot forward. But the reality is, when you try to put on face, right, and put on this facade that you're that way all the time, and you never let your guard down, and you never show any other side of yourself, and you always you're always trying to put this pressure on yourself to show happiness and wonderfulness and all these things, I feel like we can fall into the trap of trying to sell a fantasy to our families instead of just being real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to sell my family a fantasy. I'm not here to fill this fantasy role of the perfect wife and the perfect mom who's just, I'm wearing my dresses and and I cook the perfect meals and I'm just this fantasy for you guys. Like, that's not why I'm home. My purpose here is purposeful, and I have a vision, and there's a reason that I'm here. And I'm not perfect, and I am broken, and I need Christ, and I need him, because I have days where it's hard, and I have days where I'm down, and I have days where I'm unhappy, and I have days where I'm exhausted and I need to call on him to help me get through things. And I have days where I'm not in the best mood. And not that I should walk around grumbling and walking around, letting everybody in the house know that I'm mad. But I think when we put this pressure on ourselves as if we're never allowed to show anything else except for happy mom, happy wife, perfection. And then when we don't meet that, when we can't sustain it, depression, burnout, bleh, everything you can think of. that just brings you down. What keeps coming to me is that we are not here to sell our families a fantasy. We are here to love them and to, take care of them, from our husbands all the way down to the smallest little baby you got in your house. We are here to be there for them and be there for the home and be purposeful and intentional and, be the heart of the home, right, to an extent. And all of that's true, and I believe in all of that. But it's not to fulfill this fantasy vision, ideal, picturesque, role for the home that I think that ends up putting more pressure on us, and makes us unhappy because we're trying to fill a role that's just not real and not sustainable. So I just want to encourage you that if you're somebody who just feels like, you got that vision of this picture perfect, almost Stepford Wife type of, housewife, homemaker, stay-at-home mom in your head, and you just cannot, for the life of you, be that woman, stop trying to. Be yourself, put your best foot forward, but know that you are going to have days where you fail. You're going to have days where it's hard, and you're going to have days where you're tired, and you're going to have days that you might have to tell your kids, I'm tired today, baby. I can't play that today. How about tomorrow? You know what? I'm a little exhausted. So how about we order out tonight instead of, Mom, I can't cook today. I'm just so tired. You might have to tell your husband the same thing sometimes. Like, he may come in sometimes and dinner might not be done at the exact same time. It may not be warm. You may have to put it in the microwave. Your kids may have, been a handful that day. You just didn't have time to get to it. It doesn't mean you've completely failed as a homemaker. It doesn't mean that you've completely failed as a stay-at-home mother. It doesn't mean you should go into depression. It doesn't mean any of those things. You are human, and I just personally feel like a lot of times when we decide to stay home, we overcompensate and feel like we have to do more and go the extra mile, which is fine if you want to go above and beyond. I think that's great, but we put this pressure on ourselves that we have to do that and always maintain a level of perfection. And the moment that we slip up, the world falls apart. We're human. And, and I can ramble on and on and on. And I'm hoping that my message is getting across. But at the end of the day, the main thing that I wanted to get across really quick was we are not here to sell our families a fantasy. We are here to fulfill a purpose. We are here to fulfill a role as mom and wife and homemaker, if that's what you want to refer to yourself as. We are here to really help the home run, to fill it with love, and to make sure everybody's taken care of, and to make it a home that they want to come back to. But that doesn't mean that we can never show our humanity. I'm not here to sell a fantasy to anybody. I am a mother, and I'm a wife, and I'm an imperfect human being that needs Jesus for salvation and to help me get through just like everyone else. And if we think that we can ever reach a level of perfection, then we are lying to ourselves, because we can't. So that's really the really short message that I have, and the purpose that I feel like the reason that I wanted to share this, because I want to take some burden off of somebody who just constantly feels like they have this image in their head of, this is the perfect wife, housewife, perfect stay-at-home mom, homemaker I'm supposed to be, and I'm trying to be that. And it's instead of helping you grow and helping you be better and instead of helping your family thrive, or instead of helping you thrive in your role and being what your family needs, it's actually hurting you and hindering you and stressing you out and burdening you to the point where you actually can't be what your family needs, because you're too focused on trying to be that perfect homemaker over there that you think you're supposed to be. You are not here to be some sort of fantasy. So I just want to put the message out there really quick. I hope that resonates with somebody. But I just felt like it was something that fell on me. So God bless. And if you like this kind of content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.